Good evening, General Ray, Mrs. Rao, Miss Aditi, Miss Navita, honored guests, parents, teachers, and my fellow students. Welcome to our 15th PYP Indus Day. I am Emily,
And I'm Chandresh.
we're your hosts for this evening.
Be prepared to launch yourself into an enchanted evening of witches, magic, flying monkeys, and munchkins. Watch out for flying broomsticks, magic potions, and evil spells, but not to scare you away, but to make you think. After all, magic is just the power within, and don't we all have it?
Chanderish, we don't want their pesky mobile phones to disrupt our evening, so maybe we should share a few housekeeping notes before we begin to avoid interruptions.
Good thinking. Kindly turn off your mobile phone to silent mode to avoid interruptions. We request you to collect your child only at the end of the show from the PYP blog. Thank you for your attention and kind cooperation.
The ancient tradition of lighting oil lamps has a special significance. Light symbolizes knowledge, and knowledge is the everlasting wealth that is capable of removing ignorance just as light removes darkness. We now request our CEO, General Ray, Mrs. Rao, Miss Aditi, and Miss Navita to light the lamp.
Chitta Jeta Boishano, where the mind is without fear, is a famous poem by one of the greatest poets in the world, Nobel laureate Sri Rabindranath Tagore, that reminds us of the cosmic potential within everyone, which can be unleashed if our minds are free from limitations.
This song has become a part of Indus identity and never fails to touch our hearts and raise our spirits. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Dia Anand and Minyakim to present this beautiful poem.
When the world is without fear and the head is held high, when knowledge is free, जहाँ पैर न रहे तन मन में मेरे, जहाँ मुक्ति से ज्ञान मिले, where the world has not been broken into fragments by words, where words do come out from the depths of truth. टुकड़े ना हुए तेरी सृष्टि के शब्दों में सच्चाई बसे, where tireless striving stretches arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the desert of that happiness. जहाँ कोशिश की पाहिन परिपूर्णता को ढूंढे विवेक की धारा ना सूखे कभी शुष्क प्रथा की मिट्टी में what a mind is led forward by it into ever-widening thought and action into that heaven of freedom, my Father, my Father. तेरी शक्ति ले जाए मेरे मन को मेरे बाप करम जहाँ पनपे उस मुक्ति के स्वर्ग में ले चल प्रभु मेरे पिता मेरे Let my country मेरे देश को Let my country मेरे देश को जागृति कर
A lovely rendition indeed. The melody and meaning never fail to inspire us.
Our principal has been the guiding light that has steered Indus into the successful waters we thrive in today. A pillar of strength, a mentor, and a champion of whole education. With great pride, we call upon our dear principal, Miss Sarojini Rao, to share her thoughts with us.
General Ray, parents, teachers, and our dear students behind the stage. Good evening and welcome to an evening of celebration. Indus believes in the philosophy of whole education, which is about unlocking human potential of our students, our eagles. All parents and schools hope that their children will develop to their full potential, and in the process, unknowingly, they discourage children from activities like theater, music, dance, sports, and believe that the energy saved in these areas can be diverted into academics, examinations, and tests. But research has shown time and again that despite their best intentions, schools and parents may be actually limiting their children's brain development in areas crucial for their eventual success in fields such as mathematics, engineering, technology, liberal arts, and so on. Frank Wilson's book, The Hand, describes this co-dependent nature of the hands and the head in an aesthetic and physical sense. He mentions of an experience in Caltech, the well-known engineering college in California, where performance scores of few students dipped in a subject called spatial thinking, which is so crucial for problem solving, which in turn is an essential leadership competency. On analysis, the college discovered that these students who scored low in spatial thinking had limited exposure in their growing up years to physical activity, activity related to hands, and even emotions. So what we are trying to tell you is that the impact of aesthetic, physical, emotional, and spiritual development may not be immediately visible in terms of high scores and assessments, but will be apparent in the long run. And students who practice this will emerge as leaders, who are not only problem solvers, but are problem finders and lifelong learners. So they will not wait for problems to arise, but they will visualize, they will predict problems and deal with them accordingly. So ladies and gentlemen, this evening, in a way, is a manifestation of a process of unlocking potential. We do not call these events, the event that we had yesterday and today, as events. They are part of a process to nurture leadership, part of a process to unlock the potential of our eagles. And as part of this process, they have been through various programs such as working with the STEAM curriculum, the leadership curriculum, the design thinking process, the innovation days, deep reading, community service, and interestingly, and I would say that's a very important aspect of the whole education program that we have, nurturing the concept of tikkun ulam. It's a Jewish word which means repair the world. And you will see evidence of that in a little while. So this is a continuous effort to unlock the potential of our eagles. And before I leave the stage, I would like to compliment Mrs. Navita Kishan, the highly energetic PYP head of school, and all PYP teachers and the specialist teachers for putting up a wonderful show yesterday and today as well. Thank you and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, ma'am, for those inspirational thoughts. Dance is the most divine form of arts. Bharatanatyam derives its name from three terms: Bhav, meaning bhav or expression; Ra, meaning raga or melody; and Ta, meaning tala or rhythm. Bharatanatyam is the communion of expression, melody, and rhythm. We now have the invocation dance that has an impressive sequence of movements.
Dum
Thank you, students, for that wonderful performance.
Lieutenant General Arjun Ray, CEO and Managing Director of the Indus Trust, a leader, a visionary, who strongly believes in the immense potential within every child and in their ability to create a better world. We invite you, sir, to address the gathering.
Mrs. Rao, Navita Kishan, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and of course our young students, most of them behind the stage, and the odd one I can see leftovers from yesterday or coming for tomorrow. I mentioned yesterday, and I say it again, that for me this is a great occasion to connect with the parents. It's very important for us, as I will speak to you now, how important it is for parents to team up with schools. In fact, one of the big leadership lessons which have emerged now and is becoming more and more clear is that talent resides in the team. Talent no longer is with the individual. The world is so complex. The world is so messy that no single person has got the answer. Therefore, for the emotional and spiritual and even cognitive development of the child is a teamwork between parents and teachers. This is the difference between Indus and all other schools. We belong, ladies and gentlemen, to the fourth industrial revolution. A revolution that is driven by artificial intelligence and machine thinking, which is impacting upon our life, our work, our genes, and our biochemicals. It's affecting every single pore and DNA of ours. A world where the speed of change, acceleration, and volatility is hurtling us into a future we do not know. Nobody can predict what will happen tomorrow. Tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is now. And as we go through this evolution, what is becoming apparent is that knowledge, technology, and jobs have a limited shelf life. They're becoming obsolete. Obsolescence is the name of the game. And your children who are in grade 2, 3, 4, 5, and by the time they graduate from college, 40% of today's jobs would have disappeared. They will not be there. All those traditional jobs like mechanical engineering, banking, are being taken over by artificial intelligence. And the other 60% jobs are going to be so remodeled and refashioned that you won't recognize them. Therefore, there is a requirement to continuously reskill ourselves. And if our children do not reskill themselves as they go along in life, and they don't have the competencies to do that, they will have no political value, they will have no economic value, and therefore, as is being said now, they will be part of what is called the useless class. And because of the power of artificial intelligence, the less privileged children will now be playing on the same field. And for competition, therefore, becoming tougher and tougher. A paradigm shift which we see, especially in education, in every form of education, is that so far we were controlling the outer world. And that is what our education system has been. It has been content driven. It is to control the outer world. And now as we move into the fourth revolution, artificial intelligence enables us to access our inner worlds. Therefore, the focus of education, if we are to survive and to reskill and to reinvent ourselves, is shifting from the head to the education of the heart and the mind in addition. And this is where the collaboration has got to be. And this is the great collaboration which I am talking about. And this is the evolving role of parents as mentors, as stewards. Because the education of the heart and the mind is a continuous process. It has to happen at home, it has to happen in the classroom. Teachers can't do it by themselves, and parents can't do it by themselves. This is the difference between yesterday and today and tomorrow. You've all heard of Khalil Gibran, the famous American Lebanese poet. In his poem about children, he said, "Your children do not belong to you. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but do not give your thoughts." And this is the role of a mentor, to unlock the potential of the child. This is the role of the mentor, to make children independent thinkers who can stand on their feet, and whichever way you toss them up, they will land with their feet, with their head above. This can't be done by teachers alone or parents alone. So this is the first great collaboration which I'm talking about. The second area of collaboration is innovation. It is the number one leadership and spiritual competency of leadership today. If a child is not innovative, if a child is not able to reinvent herself or reinvent products and ideas and systems and business and processes, their survival is at stake. They have no hope. It is the number one leadership and spiritual competency. Therefore, in my way of thinking, future intelligence equals to innovative intelligence. And innovative intelligence equals human intelligence and artificial intelligence. And in human intelligence, we got parent intelligence and teacher intelligence. That's how the Game of Thrones is played. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have to remind you that creativity is innate. Our children are wired at their time of birth. 98% of our children are creative when they are born. But unfortunately, because of their nurturing environment, their social environment, their education system, when they become adults, it drops to 2%. The tragedy of life is this, that we are pushing our children into a world, children who have 98% capability, they're entering the world with a 2% capability. Isn't it a matter of shame? It is causing irreparable damage to our children, to their ideas, to their imagination, to their curiosity, to their hopes, to their future. We are killing their innovative capability. We are killing it because we overprotect children. You all know, you're all from the corporate world, business world. To be an entrepreneur, you have to be a risk taker. Are we developing our children to be risk takers? In fact, I would like you to read a new book which has come out. It's called Coddling of the American Mind. We are coddling our children. And surprisingly, the results are staring us in the face. That today a child's adulthood is being delayed. Therefore, a child who is biologically, say, 28 or 27 or 29, is intellectually possibly 20 or 21. Their adulthood is being delayed. They're overprotected. Helicopter parenting is happening there. We don't allow them to make mistakes. We don't allow them to get hurt. We over-control them. We overprotect them. You can't be an innovator unless you experience failure. Failure is the first step to success. And if we don't allow children to fail, not become failures, but not allow them to fail, and then pull them back with a safety net over there, they're not going to be innovative. It is as straightforward and simple as that. And therefore, this is the area of collaboration. And the third area of collaboration is something which I don't know how many of you will agree with me. This is a small lone voice, possibly in the wilderness. But I think the greatest of the three collaborations is for parents and teachers to give a purpose of life to our children, to give them a vision so that they can give meaning to their life and to their work. The existential crisis which prevails today is going to snowball with every passing day. And the only way to get out of this depressive existential crisis is to give meaning to our work. Otherwise, happiness will elude us forever. Joy will never happen. And unless we give meaning to life, and this exercise has to start as young as age 2 or 3. Because children are innocent, they're angelic. They understand this thing. It is we adults who are messed up in our head. We are screwed up in our head. Their understanding genetically, they have an edge over adults. They have moral imagination. A child's ability to distinguish between right and wrong is better than that of an adult. He's better in grammar, he's better in values. He's got all the ingredients and the secret recipe to give meaning to his work and life, yet we deny it to him. There are countries that are working towards it. We have also in our country, but we never think about it. And Mrs. Rao spoke about tikkun olam, which is a great Jewish tradition, where the child right from the age of 2 or 3 is asked this question: what is it in this world, child, which you see needs healing, needs repairing? Can we do something to improve the quality of life of our community we live in there? By personal example. If you were older and bigger, what would you do? What can you do now? This sensitization process, I feel, is the biggest collaboration in human history. If we are not part of this collaborative game, we will regret it all our life. As I said, tomorrow never comes. This is the right age for them to understand. They have a better capability than adults to understand that. Try it out. The Danes are doing it, the Finns are doing it, the Dutch are doing it, the Japanese are doing it. Why can't we do it? And therefore, this is the collaboration which I would like to end with. It is these great collaborations which are the drivers of innovation, of transformation, of meaning, of purpose, of vision, of character. And I think at the end of the day, when the children leave school, it is at that point of time they must have a vision. I think parents need to spend more time with their children, not in our common understanding of leisure, because the word leisure does not mean playing golf and holidaying in Casablanca. Leisure time is retreat time, it's quiet time, it's time for reflection, for introspection, time for me. That is what is the meaning of leisure, time for me to reconnect with myself. We need to give that leisure time to our children. And we need to connect with them in a manner that they have a vision. Countries and societies who have no vision, they will perish in today's world. And this show which you are seeing on the stage over here is a peak review into what we are attempting at Indus to make this great collaboration a success. A great collaboration which will give happiness and joy to us and to our children. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for that thought-provoking address. Creating a better world requires global citizens who understand that life must have a purpose, and that leading a life of purpose, or we have learned, tikkun olam, transforms the world around us. Here's a glimpse into the Indus world of global citizenship.
Reading helps me to be more confident and more better at spelling. Reading makes me more calm, mindful, focused, knowledgeable, and intelligent.
Deep reading makes me feel like I'm in a different world going through an adventure. It also helps me become a dialectical thinker and to understand different people's perspectives and to apply them in various situations.
Deep reading is when you read to find the hidden meaning and purpose of the book. Slowly, the big idea will get applied in your life, and then you'll change for the better. Tikkun olam gives us purpose in life, and first it should begin from yourself, and hopefully everybody will get inspired, and like that the whole world can change. Tikkun olam gives you a purpose in life. You set your goal and then have steps to achieve it. My tikkun olam is to reduce pollution levels in my surroundings. My tikkun olam is to save water. I've read that in the future there won't be enough water for us. It's my responsibility now to take action and make the world a better place. My tikkun olam is to make people realize that they can achieve any dream they have if they work hard towards it. My dream is to become an Olympic level swimmer. I am making myself emotionally and physically stronger to achieve it. My tikkun olam is to reduce technological addiction because it is making us humans socially drift apart. My family has begun family game night, in which we learn that there are other ways to have fun rather than only using technology. I have begun to spread the word to my friends and community as well.
My tikkun olam is to stop gender discrimination. This is important to me because I'm a girl and I'm not allowed to step out of my house after a certain time. I've already begun spreading awareness about women's safety in my community.
My purpose in life is spreading awareness about simple living. We are constantly tempted to buy new things. Hence, we end up misusing Earth's resources. Want to make a difference? Choose simple living.
My tikkun olam is to be happy and spread happiness. And I'm still figuring out what happiness really is, but I do know one thing. Helping others and doing things for others makes me very happy.
A magical creature in her own right, Miss Navita can battle the dark forces and accomplish the impossible. She lights up our PYP corridors with her famous laugh. She challenges us and is known for a tough love to make sure we push ourselves out of our comfort zone.
We now invite our head of school, Ms. Navita Kishan, to share her thoughts with us.
Head witch indeed. Let me start playing the part seriously now. Good evening, General Ray, Mrs. Rao, Miss Aditi, dear parents, teachers, and of course, students. We welcome you to this 15th Indus Day celebrations. It's a lovely day, isn't it? We expected it to be cold. It's not, so I think it's really pleasant right now. Leadership through deep reading is a fitting theme underpinning our Indus Day. We are not only what we read, says psychologist Marianne Wolf, we are how we read. Deep reading requires us to be thoughtful and aware. Unlike watching television, as General mentioned, or engaging in other illusions of entertainment, it is not an escape. It is self-discovery. Deep reading requires us to be really focused, and it provides us a way of discovering how we're connected with the world around us and also our own personal evolving stories. It's in literature that true life can be found under the mask of fiction. Regular readings in the PYP classroom has provided children with an opportunity to engage in the plot, make reasoned judgments about character motivations, cause and effect, critical thinking, possibility thinking, and moral imagination. The ability at a very young age to think, see, feel, and empathize are 21st century skills that underscore leadership. We invite you to celebrate the magical world of Oz land, where Dorothy, Tin Man, Scarecrow, and the Lion discover that we all have a hidden potential within us. We just need to identify and unlock that. Before I leave the stage and let you enjoy the show, my heartfelt gratitude and thanks to each and every person who has made this show happen and worked so hard to bring it here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Navita.
At Indus, we believe that our journey through life must begin with self-awareness. How will we achieve our true potential and make a difference in the world if we're not aware of our strengths and challenges?
Very true. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz is a children's novel written by author L. Frank Baum. Even though it's just a fairy tale, when you analyze it, it depicts an individual's inner journey. The first step of this journey begins with self-awareness.
You sound unusually wise today, Chandrash. Looks like the magic has already begun.
I was always wise, Emily. It took you a while to understand the wisdom.
Ah, okay, oh wise one. We'll wait for more pearls of wisdom after the play. For now, let us begin.
Hello. What book are you reading?
It's called The Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Oh, yes. I remember seeing the book at my grandmother's house. But why are you reading it?
Because it's wonderful and full of adventures.
It is? I cannot imagine reading something my grandmother read. The story must be so old and boring. Worst, there are no pictures, only words, words, and more words.
Well, you'd be surprised. You know what? Come, let's read it together. At the great and desolate prairie of Kansas, there was Uncle Henry and Aunt Em. They lived in a small farmhouse. Everywhere was flat and gray. The sun and wind turned harsh and turned the once pretty and young Aunt Em into a hardened old woman. Uncle Henry never smiled either.
They lived there with Dorothy. Dorothy had a little bed in the corner of the single room. There was a small hole in the floor that served as a cyclone cellar.
Dorothy was a lovely little girl. She would play all day with her good friend, her little dog, Toto.
One day, in the dreary farm.
Someday I wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. When troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney top, that's where you'll find me. Over the rainbow, way it's Miss Gulch. She said...
Dorothy, please, we're trying to.
But Aunt Em, it's Miss Gulch. She said...
Don't bother us now, honey. This old incubator has gone bad and we don't like to lose our chickens.
But Toto doesn't do it every day, just twice a week. And he can't catch your old cat anyway.
Dorothy, we're too busy for any of this silliness.
But I'm worried she will. Oh.
Poor little orphan. You know, she really ought to have someone to play with.
She has her dog. Besides, we all have to work out our own problems.
Ouch! You got my finger!
Oh, Hunk, are you okay?
Why don't you use your brain and get your finger out of the way? What is your head made out of? Straw?
Well, I didn't think you are going to hit my finger. You stopped the wheel.
The man's in pain. Have a heart.
Oh, it seems like my joints are rusted.
Say, what's the matter, Dorothy? You can't be this upset upon my finger.
Oh, Hunk, what am I going to do about Miss Gulch?
The woman from the farm to the west?
She scared Toto half to death today by shooing him away with her broom.
Watch out. She ain't coming, is she, Dorothy? For goodness sake, she can't hurt you, Zeke. Have some courage.
I'm afraid she will take Toto.
That poor sour-faced lady has no heart left.
Don't worry, Dorothy. We'll put our heads together on this and use our brains.
Not just about brains. You gotta use your heart too, kid.
Oh, here she comes now.
And your courage. Don't let that crabapple try and bully you.
Little neighbor, where's your uncle?
Brains, heart, courage.
I'm Mr. Gill.
Oh, good afternoon, Miss Gulch.
I'm just your wife, frankly. It's about Dorothy.
Dorothy? What has she done?
I will tell you what she has done. I can barely walk from the bite on my leg.
Dorothy bit you?
No, her dog.
She bit your dog?
No. Missy, I really cannot have it.
Henry and I will make sure Dorothy knows not to go near your property again, Miss Gulch.
But that dog is the mini shark community.
No, he isn't. Toto was just scared.
I'm taking him away right now. That dog is put away. He's really a gentle dog. To gentle people, that is. Give him to me. Give him to me. That's it. I'll be back with the wine. And until then, you better keep that girl under control. And her little dog, too.
Uncle Henry, you won't let her take Toto, will you?
I'll do what I can, Dorothy.
That Miss Gulch. She blows me from the west like a real wicked witch. Sometimes.
Now, ain't nobody got time to be talking about our neighbors that way. We ought to be a good example for Dorothy. Howdy, ma'am. My name is Professor Osman, and I invent technological wonders. I'm passing through on my way to the state fair.
Oh my, the state fair.
What a fine farm you have here. And any fine farm needs my fine new invention, the hydroxide 4000 irrigation system. Allow me to demonstrate. Not that. Not that. It's not that. It's right here in my bag. That's it.
Oh, new irrigation system, you say?
Ah, yes. State of the art. Ah, yes. State of the art. Amazingly fast. Guaranteed to outdo any farm around. Oh, what nonsense. We ain't got time or money for all that hoopla. Oh, well, gotta go. State fair coming. Hope see you there, kid. You're along now, Dorothy, and find yourself someplace where you won't be filling your head with crazy ideas or get yourself into any more trouble.
Some place where there isn't any trouble. Do you suppose there is such a place, Toto? There must be. It's not a place where you can get by a boat or a train. It's far, far away. Over the moon, over the rain.
Hurry, Dorothy! There's a tornado coming! Quick, get into the shelter!
What? Come on, Toto! We need to get out of the storm! Aunt Em! Aunt Em! Where are you?
Dorothy and Toto suddenly found themselves in a strange land.
It did not look anything like Kansas. This place was colorful.
Toto, where are we? What's happened? I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. We must be over the rainbow. Dorothy, I can talk. Oh, how wonderful, Toto. We can talk to each other. Now, it's certainly no, we are not in Kansas anymore. Dorothy, look out.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
Me? Why? I'm not a witch at all. I'm Dorothy from Kansas.
Well, is that a witch?
Ruff, no way. I'm a witch. I'm Dorothy's friend, Toto.
Well, I'm confused. The Munchkins called me because they said a new witch has just killed the Wicked Witch of the East. So they want to know if you're a good witch or a bad witch.
But I would never want to be a witch. Witches are mean and ugly. Who are they?
The Munchkins. They live in this land. They're laughing because, you see, I'm a witch.
You are? Oh, I'm so sorry, but I've never heard of a beautiful, kind witch before. Dorothy, I suppose we should not stereotype.
I am Glinda, the good witch of the north. Come, listen up, Munchkins. She brings you good news. Oh, haven't you heard? When she fell out of Kansas, a miracle occurred.
It really was a miracle. What happened? What was this? The rain began to switch, the house to pitch, and suddenly the hills started to unhitch. Just then, the witch to start this fun hitch, flying on a broomstick, firing for a hit.
And oh, what happened then was rich. Yes. The house began to pitch. And the kitchen took a stitch. Yes, it landed on the wicked witch in the middle of her ditch. Which was not a healthy situation for the wicked witch. The house began to pitch. The kitchen took a stitch. It landed on the wicked witch in the middle of her ditch. Which was not a healthy situation for the wicked witch, who began to twitch and was reduced to just a stitch of what was once the wicked witch.
Thank you very sweetly for doing it so neatly. You killed her so completely that we thank you very sweetly.
Let the joyous news be spread. The wicked old witch at last is dead.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Witch, old witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Wake up, you sleepyhead. Rub your eyes, get out of bed. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. She's gone where the goblins go below. Below, below, below. Let's open up and sing. And ring the bells on ding dong, the merry o. Sing it high, sing it low. Let them know the wicked witch is dead.
The Munchkins are happy. You freed them from the Wicked Witch of the East. You're the hero, my dear. Who was it? Who was it?
I thought you said she was dead.
That was her sister, the Wicked Witch of the East. This is her sister, the Wicked Witch of the West. She's worse than the other one.
Who killed my sister? Was it you? Was it you? Well, answer me!
Leave her alone.
So it was you! You killed her!
I didn't mean to kill anybody. It was an accident, really.
An accident? An accident? Well, my little pretty, I can cause accidents too. And this is how I do it!
Don't do that!
Aren't you forgetting the slippers?
Ah, yes, the slippers, the slippers. They're gone. Give them back to me, or
It's too late. There they are.
Oh, my!
please give me the shoes. I'm the only one who knows how to use them. Give them now.
You hang on to them. The The magic must be powerful, or she won't want them badly.
You stay out of this, Glinda, or I'll...
Rubbish! You have no power here. Be gone before our house falls on you.
Very well, I'll be gone. For now, but you better stay out of my way. And you, I'll get you, my little pretty, and your little dog, too.
You keep out. I'm afraid you've made bad enemy with the witch.
Oh, I would do anything to get home, but which is the way back to Kansas?
The Wizard of Oz! The Wizard of Oz!
A wizard? What kind of wizard?
A very good, mysterious wizard. He lives in the Emerald City. That's a long way from here. Can you bring a broomstick?
Then, I'm afraid you'll have to walk.
But which is the way to the Emerald City?
Follow the yellow brick road. 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 Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Here he is, the wizard of Oz. If ever a wiz there was, if ever a wiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
As Dorothy and Toto followed the yellow brick road, they came to a cornfield and were confused on which way to go.
If only they could ask someone for directions. Follow the yellow brick road, they said, but the road split.
Now which way do we go?
That way is nice. Who said that?
It's also very nice down that way. Did you say something? Well, did you or didn't you?
That's the trouble. I can't make up my mind.
He doesn't have a brain. Ha ha ha. Squawk. His head is made of straw. Ha ha ha. Well, stop it, you nasty crows. Don't be such pests. I think it's incredible that he is talking.
Well, actually, where I come from, people with no brains do an awful lot of talking.
Ha ha.
Boo! Scat!
Ooh, we are really scared.
Shoo! Shame on you two, I'm Woof, 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 woof.
That's better. Shall we meet properly? I'm Dorothy Gale from Kansas.
I'm Scarecrow from this cornfield. How do you do?
What's the matter?
I'm stuck on this pole and it's very uncomfortable.
Come, Toto, let's help Scarecrow down.
Oh, sorry. Did I scare you?
Of course not.
See, if only I had a brain, I would be able to...
Oh my, that was wonderful. If our Scarecrow back in Kansas could do that, the crows would be scared to pieces.
Where is Kansas? That's where we live.
And I want to get there so badly, we're going all the way to Emerald City to see the wizard.
A wizard? Do you think he can help me get a brain? Can I come with you?
I don't know, but you better not. That only because I've got a witch mad at me and you might get into trouble.
Witch, huh? I'm not afraid of a witch. I'm not afraid of anything except a lighted match. We don't blame you for that.
Hey, why doesn't the Scarecrow need to eat? You got me. He's already stuffed. Ha, ha, ha.
Will you take me?
Of
course we will. Hey, don't go. We will even let you scare us. Huh?
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. He is the Wizard of Oz. If ever a wiz there was, if ever a wiz there was, the Wizard of Oz. Because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
The three new friends walked on the yellow brick road. Their journey was long and arduous, but since they liked each other's company, they just went on. This story is interesting, with magic and adventures.
Dorothy, please wait for a while. I need to go.
Go where?
Go! That thing moved.
Why, it's a man. Made out of tin. He is saying something. Oil can.
Oil can what? Here it is.
Thank you. Where would you like me to put it first? Mouth?
Oh, thank you. Ah, I can talk again. Oh, arms. My neck. Ah.
Well, looks like you are perfect now.
Perfect? Just bang on my chest if you think I'm perfect.
I can't hear anything.
That's right. I don't have a heart.
No heart? At least you won't have a heart attack. Well, I'm just saying.
Will you come with us to the Emerald City and ask the wizard to give you a heart?
I don't know. That's a long journey and it might rain along the way. I don't think I can.
Of course you can. Can do anything if you put your heart into it.
We will bring the oil can.
So we can go.
We
are off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
I don't like this forest. It's dark and creepy. Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?
Some, but mostly lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my!
Roar! Do you want to fight? I'll fight you both if you want. I'll fight lying on 1 foot if you want.
Go away! Leave us alone!
Oh, you scared, huh? You shivering junkyard. You put on top your little bag of hay. Huh? Just wait. I'm coming for you.
Shame on you, you big bad lion!
Why did you have to hit me for that? I didn't do anything. Is my nose bleeding?
Why, of course not. What a big fuss you're making. Picking on things weaker than you are? Why, you are nothing but a great big coward.
Ah, I am a coward. I haven't any courage at all.
Do you think the wizard could help him too? I don't see why not. We're on our way to see the Wizard of Oz to get him a heart.
And him a brain.
And I'm sure he could give you some courage.
Oh, to be brave. Oh, to be the king of the forest. Oh, to be the bravest of all.
Well, the argument, he's coming with us.
You didn't forget about me, did you? I haven't forgotten about you, and I haven't forgotten about those red slippers either. Helping the nice lady along, are you, my fine gentleman? Well, stay away from her, or I'll hit you with my broom. I'll fill you full of bees, and Scarecrow and I will play a little fireball.
Fire! Oh no!
As for you and that pesky little dog of yours, I'll see to that you never get to Oz. Now, my beauties, something with poison for the time being. Oh, a field of puppies, puppies.
Oh my!
Hi, look at these lovely flowers.
What's that fragrance? These are smelling like poppies.
Smells really hot.
This is no place to stop.
He is right. This is a good place to sleep. This is terrible. It must be some kind of spell by that wicked witch. What will we do? Help! Help!
Call away. Nobody will help you. I'm after all the wicked witch. Those slippers are mine now, my pretty. Fly, Hop, take your winged friends and fetch me those slippers.
Am I the most wicked witch?
Help! Help! Dorothy, everyone, wake up! This is not the time to sleep.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. No harm shall come to you. Follow the yellow brick road.
Oh, somebody always helps that girl. Well, shoes or no shoes, I'm great enough to conquer her, and nobody better stop me.
You know what? Let's keep to the yellow brick road.
Oh, look, there's Emerald City.
What are we waiting for? Let's go!
Hang on a minute. How come there's a difference in what we are reading and the images forming in my head?
That's because you are looking to my imagination.
Huh?
You said it yourself. You are used to picture books. You don't really use your imagination much, do you?
No, it's much easier with picture books.
Whenever I read, each word takes its own form in my mind. So while reading with me, you are relying on my imagination and interpretation.
You mean I can make up images in my mind?
Yeah, try it.
All right, here it goes. They reached the gates of Emerald City.
There, at last, the Emerald City. Can't you read?
Read what?
The notice. Why, it's as plain as the nose in your face. Well, that's more like it. Now state your business.
We want to see the wizard.
The wizard?
but nobody's ever seen the Great Oz. Even I haven't seen him. You're just wasting your time.
Oh, please, please, sir. I've got to see the wizard. The Good Witch of the North sent me.
Well, prove it.
Look, she's wearing the red slippers she gave her.
Oh, so she is. Why didn't you say so in the first place? These are our Emerald City girls, and they will take you from here.
And the Emerald City boys.
Please, we are in a hurry. We must see the wizard at once.
Certain air of savoir-faire in the merry old land of Oz. Ah ha ha, ho ho ho, ho 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 ho, ho. That's how we love the day away with a ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. In the merry old land, merry old land, merry old, merry old, merry old land of Oz.
Next up, the wizard.
walking down the yellow brick road.
Quiet! And you, Scarecrow, you are the not was forbidden, you fluffy sack of hair. And you, Lion.
I think outside I'm too
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. He came to you for help.
I have every intention of granting your request. But first, you must prove yourselves worthy by performing a very small task. You must bring me the broom of the wicked witch of the west. Now be gone.
But how do we do that?
Bring me the broomstick and I'll grant your request. Now go!
Come here. Take your troop and welcome them. Sure, the most wicked witch of all. Well, I pour water on them. I dropped them off the cliff. Shall I tear them to pieces? Shall I eat the slippers? Off you go, fly off. Come, my flying monkey troops. Let's go and make some mischief.
Oh, wait. The witch first sends the jitterbug. Did you just hear what I just heard?
That noise didn't come from an ordinary bird.
It may be just the crickets or the critters in trees. It's giving me the jitters in the joints in my knees.
I think I see a shadow and it's fuzzy and it's fuzzy.
I haven't got a brain, but I think I ought to worry.
Haven't got a heart, but I feel a palpitation.
As monarch of the forest, do you like the situation?
Are you going to stand and rattle like the fiddles full of horror?
I'd like to roar them down.
I think I lost my rudder.
It's a who's-this?
It's a who's this?
It's a what's this?
It's a what's this? Who's that?
Who's there?
Who's where?
Beware!
Start hiding in the treetops. Start faster. Give up. Should you catch him? Nothing running. Keep away from. Give up. All the bees and the bees and the backs and the trees have never horrible bugs. All the bees and the bees and the backs and the trees have never horrible bugs. So be careful of that rascal. Keep away from. Give up the bug, the bug, the bug. Give up the bug, the bug. Start hiding in the treetops. That rascal. Give up. You catch him, nothing wrong. You keep away from. Give up. All the bees and the bees and the backs and the trees have never horrible bugs. All the bees and the bees and the backs and the trees wanna do what the jitterbug does. I wanna do what the jitterbug does. So be careful of that rascal. Keep away from the jitterbug.
My goodness! Thank God we escaped from the jitterbugs. They were so scary.
The flying monkeys then took off. They spotted Dorothy and her friends. First they kidnapped Dorothy. No, first they dognapped Toto.
Then they captured the rest of them.
Nice doggy. And you, my dear, my pretty. What an unexpected pleasure. So kind of you to visit me in my loneliness.
What are you gonna do with my dog? Oh, please give me back my dog.
All in good time, my dearie. First, give me those red slippers. You don't want to see our precious little dog harmed, do you?
Oh no, please, don't hurt him. You can have your old slippers.
I knew you'd see reason. That power's too strong. I will have to think of another way to get them. Aha! They don't come off as long as you're alive. And you wanna play some fire?
I'm on fire! I'm burning! I'm burning! Help me! Water!
Oh no! Look what you've done! I'm melting! I'm melting! Oh, what a world! Who would have guessed a sweet little girl like you could have destroyed my beautiful wickedness? Oh, I'm melting.
You have destroyed her! I didn't mean to. Really? But, may I have the broom?
Here's to Dorothy! The wicked witch is dead!
At my grandmother's books.
And when you pick a book to read, please call me and let's read together. I really enjoyed myself reading with you.
But thank you. A little bit more of the story to finish.
Shall we? The flying monkeys dropped Dorothy and her friends to the wizard's place and bade them farewell.
Please, sir, we brought the broomstick of the Wicked Witch of the West. We melted her.
Well, believe it or not, you actually don't need any brain, heart, or courage. Huh? You actually have it all within you. Anyone can have a brain, but the one thing you don't have, a diploma. Therefore, in the authority vested in me, I confer upon the honorary degree of PhD.
THD?
Doctor of Thinkology.
Mass and kinetic energy are equal since the speed of light is constant. Oh joy, oh rapture, I'm as smart as Einstein. Whoever that is.
Now as for you, my fine main friend, just because you run away from danger does not mean you have no courage. You're confusing courage with wisdom, heroes, but the one thing you don't have. A medal. So for your bravery against the wicked witch, I award you the Triple Cross.
Oh shucks, I feel like the most decorated person in the world. Read what my medal says. Courage. Ain't it the truth? Ain't it the truth?
And as for you, my galvanized friend, want a heart, you don't know how lucky you are not to have one.
That's what I said.
Hearts will never be practical until they're made unbreakable.
But I still want one.
Yes, there are men called philanthropists who do nothing but good deeds. But there's one thing you don't have. A testimonial. Therefore, in consideration of your kindness, I present you a small token for esteem and affection. Remember, a heart is not judged by how much you love, but how much you love by others.
Oh, it ticks. Listen, it ticks. It ticks.
How about Dorothy?
Yeah, how about Dorothy?
I don't think that there's anything that black bag from me.
Well, forced me into a cataclysmic decision. The only way for Dorothy to get back to Kansas is for me to take her myself.
Oh, will you? Is he a good enough wizard to manage it?
I'm an old Kansas man myself. I was a balloonist until one day, while performing, an unfortunate phenomena occurred. The balloon failed to return to the fair I was working at. Suddenly, the wind changed, and the balloon flew into this noble city, where I was claimed as the first wizard, and have retained the balloon.
Your balloon is ready.
Well, I hereby decree that until the time I return, the scarecrow, by the birds of his day, superior brain, shall rule in my stay, assisted by the magnificent hearted Tin Man, the courageous lion.
Did you get that? Did you get that? Oh, come back. Come back.
Sorry, dear, I can't come back because I don't know how.
I'm so sorry. I couldn't help myself. But can you help Dorothy?
Oh, can you help me? Oh, why, Dorothy? You had the power to go home all along.
I have?
Why didn't you tell her before?
Because she had to learn it for herself.
But what have you learned, Dorothy?
Well, I think if I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, I should actually first start looking for it in my own backyard. If I don't find it there, I won't be able to recognize it anywhere. That's it. Those slippers will take you home in 2 seconds. It's so hard to say goodbye. I love every one of you.
Don't cry, Tin Man. You'll rust up.
To yourself, there is no place like home.
There is no place like home. There is no place like home. There is no place like home.
place like home.
Thank you, everyone. You've been a wonderful audience.
Chandrash, any wisdom you would like to share? What life lessons did you learn today, wise guy?
I think Dorothy's line is the central message of the story. If you ever go looking for your heart's desire, you don't have to look any further than your own backyard. In other words, you have the ability to get what you want, and this power comes from within.
You're right. All of them already possessed the qualities they thought they lacked, but they were unable to see this for themselves. They did not need anyone else to fix them or solve their problems. They already had within themselves what they needed the whole time. This play has really made me think, Chandrash.
Dorothy learned a few life lessons too, Emily. She learned the value of friendship through her 3 traveling companions. She saw the constant fight between good and evil through the witches, and finally, she learned to trust herself and that the answers to her problems lie within her.
Stories are like art, aren't they, Chandrash? Everyone has a different perspective on it. Everyone learns something different from it. We hope you enjoy our performance, and we hope that this play has really made you think. Reflect on what you think you don't have. Maybe, like Dorothy, you'll find it within you.
As we come to the end of this delightful evening, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all those who have been part of this amazing journey. Firstly, thank you parents for being a highly supportive and cooperative audience. We do hope you had a magical evening.
We'd like to thank all those people who were involved in the creation of this enchanted extravaganza, Miss Navita and Miss Rachel. A special thanks to all of our great teachers who painstakingly wove together this entire production, paying attention to the smallest detail.
Miss Infanta and Mr. Joseph and the music team for all the hard work put into this musical. Miss Nalini, our drama teacher, a gentle perfectionist at heart, who has inspired us to do our very best this evening. Miss Sindhu and Miss Sandhya for composing the moments that complement the songs so beautifully.
Most importantly, our art department, Miss Sheila and Miss Indira, for all their creativity, which is displayed in the spectacular props you see on stage today. Last, but definitely not least, our administration and IT departments for all the arrangements that culminated into a successful show today.
We value your feedback. Please spare a few moments to fill in the survey that will be sent to you by email.
We request you all to stand up for the school song and national anthem.